Hi, it's AlluringSimmer here, back with a new video, and in this video we are doing another speed build, but for this speed build it's more of an apartment makeover than really a build, although I did change kind of the layout of the apartment. If you do want to download it, it is available on the gallery as a room, and like 2 of the walls are missing. So basically all you do is download it onto 910 Medina Studios, which I believe is in the Spice market area. I think that's what it's called. And then you can just place that down and add in the 2 walls and it'll be good to go. So the reason why we're starting off here is because I wanted to show you what it looked like before. So you can see the like appliances are green, which is kind of weird. There's like kind of old wallpaper, carpeting that doesn't really match each other, and then the like counters and cabinets are like really dirty, and the bedroom is using like a crate as a nightstand, which is kind of like, it kind of seems like he like thrifted a lot of items, and there's nothing wrong with that. So now you're seeing it like more in depth, but I just felt it looked like a little messy and we wanted to make it look a little bit nicer. So in case you're wondering whose apartment it is Salim Benali, I believe that's what his name is, and again lives in the Spice Market. So now we're like getting into the renovation part of it. Before I start, basically he's like a writer who's, I think his traits were like lazy, creative, and something else. So I kind of wanted it to reflect that, but I also wanted to make it look like someone came to renovate his home and make it look a bit nicer than it looked before, which is pretty much what I'm doing. The look I was kind of going for was, at first, I was gonna make it a little bit more neutral, but then I didn't really want to change like the character of the apartment, and it seems like he has like a lot of neutral things with pops of colors, so I just like added a lot more color in the apartment, and you'll see that as the build goes on. For the cabinet, it took me a while to decide which one I wanted to use, and at first I was liking the black, but then I just felt it looked like a bit too, like there was too much of a contrast against like the walls and the cabinet, so I changed it to like, it's like orangey brown kind of color. That's how I always describe it. I kind of wanted more counter space, but that didn't like work out in the end, so you know, this is what we got. I think I accidentally made one of the cabinet countertops a different color, but again, that's as simple as just like changing the swatch. I just noticed it right now though. So yeah, here I'm like designing the living room. At first you may have noticed that I was like adding walls to the kitchen, but I just felt that that made the place seem smaller than it already is, so I actually changed it so that it's still like an open concept apartment. And then here, this is where I was like adding in the couches and stuff, and so I don't normally do this, like I normally like having everything match, but I feel like his style is kind of like eclectic, mostly because it seems like he's like bringing in a lot of things to his home that don't really like match each other, and just random things that it seems like he finds. Also because this is, I think, the Spice Market, like he probably goes to, there's the flea market to like purchase items. I think that's the look they were going for when they created this apartment. So that's why I added in like multicolored couches, which I almost never use. Like my colors of my couches are always either white, brown, or black, but I just thought it looked really nice, especially since I have like the neutral fireplace and rug, and then the colorful like furniture. So yeah, that's the look I was going for. And right now I'm like finishing up the living room area, so I added in like a new table, and originally I had used custom content, but I actually got rid of it because I wanted you to be able to download it. If you have City Living base game, obviously you have to have base games to have City Living, and I don't know if and cats and dogs, because I did use that like quite a bit, but that was kind of like extra items. Like if you don't have cats and dogs, it's okay. It's just because I felt like he would have a cat. I don't know why. I think it's because he's like a writer and he's kind of lazy, and it just, I don't know, reminded me of a cat. So anyway, obviously in the game he doesn't actually have one, but if I ever were to play as him, I'd probably have him adopt one, just because I feel like it would really go with his personality. I don't know if that makes sense. with this, like, you can see that overall I didn't change the layout too much because it's supposed to look more like a renovation than like a full-on, I mean, more of a makeover than like a full-on renovation. So I didn't change like too much of like how it's laid out. Like, all the rooms are still in the same spaces. I just made them look like less torn up. Also, if you do play in this apartment, it's one of those apartments that need TLC, so I think that's also why it looked kind of like messy and things were all over the place before. The bubble blower kind of thing, I ended up removing that just because I felt, one, it was kind of too big and didn't really fit the space, and two, I think there are events where you can go and use the bubble blower, and also if it's really necessary, you could probably like remove one of the couches and add it in, or have it move out to somewhere bigger, because honestly that takes up so much space and like there's just no room for it. So with the suitcases, those were originally like in the living room, and I actually moved one into the bedroom as a nightstand, and I added in an extra one to make it look like balanced. And yeah, I didn't really change much else. You can see now I'm just adding in like little pieces of decor in the bedroom and like more stuff for a cat. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you want to see more videos like this. You can download this lot on the gallery. My origin ID is at AlluringSimmer, and it's called 910 Medina Studios, which is the same place where you can place this lot. And yeah, so I'll see you guys all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.